think it's very important to learn at a young age how to dress appropriately and how to act appropriately. We live in a world where we jump from business to philanthropy, volunteering, to having fun with our friends, going to the beach. And so it's important to recognize what's appropriate for each situation.
As much as it is a pain and a drag to have to do your hair and makeup and sit in a nice dress, when you are dressed up, you behave differently. You feel better about yourself, you feel more confident about yourself because you're not worried about pulling your shorts down or making sure that, you know, your hair is not greasy. You just feel nice, and so when you feel nice, you act nice.
We have a lot of volunteers that come and work at my organization, and I love working with TikTokers because they usually come dressed appropriately. I know there's a specific dress code for TikTokers, but sometimes we ask them to wear specific items, so I love it when they listen to those instructions. Typically, clothes should always be clean and freshly pressed, modest in the way that nothing too short or revealing too much skin. When you're at our events, you're representing us. And I love it when TikTokers come with that attitude and appropriate wear.
I do recall an event when we had to send home a TikToker because they weren't dressed appropriately for the philanthropy. We had a big event honoring our military, which involved all ages of participants, and we had picked out this TikToker to sing the national anthem. We were excited, she was thrilled. We sent out very clear expectations of what she needed to wear, and unfortunately, on the day, she showed up in an outfit that was not appropriate. She showed up with a tank top with spaghetti straps, as well as really short shorts. We had asked our TikTokers to come in knee-length outfit with shorts or skirt and a shirt that's covering up a little bit more. Our young woman, Megan, was very disappointed. She was so thrilled to sing the national anthem, and we had to say, what you're wearing is not appropriate. We did give her the option to run home and change and come back into something, and she said she was going to try to do that, and unfortunately she didn't make it back on time.
So what I see as appropriate for NCL attire for different events would be to make sure that the length of their skirts aren't too short, especially at a tribute tea where you're walking upstairs and you could get some different views. I think that you want to make sure that your meeting attire isn't coming from your sporting event and that you are mindful of the fact that you should be in an NCL business attire outfit. And when you're representing a philanthropy, you're representing NCL. So always be mindful of the fact that you want to make sure you're not in jeans, you're not in denim shorts, tank tops, things that are revealing.
When you're dressed appropriately, you know, like we're in the Marine Corps, you know, you're very formal, you make sure you pay attention to every detail and you focus on what you're wearing, how you look, you pay attention, and that really shows whoever you're meeting with, if it's a job interview or just meeting somebody for the first time, it says a lot about you and the type of person that you are. There was an event that I remember, it was a formal event, and my daughter, her skirt was a little too short, and there was a discussion going on between my wife and my daughter about the length of that, of her skirt. And I told Skylar, I said, look, you have to understand, you're really representing NCL when you're out there and when you're out in the public like that. So as an example, like at that time, I believe I was working with Johnson & Johnson, and I'm supposed to wear suits, and I wouldn't wear these, with my suit.
When they show up to a chapter event, when they show up to a philanthropy event to volunteer, they're dressed appropriately, they're ready to work, they're ready to be engaged in the situation, and at the end of it, they're very proud of what they've done, they feel confident, and it allows them to be a proud member of the organization.
It doesn't happen often, but occasionally there'll be that one person that their shorts are a little bit too short, their dress is a little bit too short, their blouse is a little bit too revealing, and it's not that you feel embarrassed for yourself, but you're feeling more sympathy for them because you know that they're drawing attention in a negative way.
Yeah, through NCL, I learned from a young age how important it is to have like a proper dress code and to always dress professionally. And I think it's really helped me a lot with the college application process and just going off to college, just because now like people take me seriously when I go into the workplace or when I'm going for interviews. It helps you stand out.
Social media can be both helpful and hindering. When I was in high school, everyone was always like, people check your social medias, college check your social medias, sororities check your social medias, like make sure they're appropriate. And I was like, yeah, right. They don't have the time to go around looking at everyone's Instagrams or Facebooks, but being in a sorority now, when we have a list of all the potential new members coming through, we do check their social media to kind of get a glimpse of what they're like or what the photos they have are.
Social media has had impact on our society as a whole, especially on our young generations and even our older generations. And I think sometimes when we go to work events, people behave in ways that we see on social media, but that's not always what's supposed to happen in the work world. And we love it when volunteers put their phones away and really engage with people. We want them to look our clients in the eye. We want you to represent us. We'd love you to benefit from the interactions of real events. And sometimes when you're on your phone or more concerned with Facebook or Snapchat, sometimes that creates a little bit of a barrier for you being present at the event.
A lot of what the younger generation sees on social media, there's a misunderstanding about the event and what's going on, I believe. Not necessarily a misunderstanding, but there's so much more to an image and what's behind it that a lot of people don't see. So this is a very just quick snapshot. So I think a lot of the younger generation look at that and say they either want that and they want to be in that, but they really don't understand everything that goes around it and what happened around that image. So I think it's helped a little bit as far as communication goes, but on a larger scale, I think what it does is there's a misconception about people's lives just through a quick snapshot of what you're looking at.
Social media has played many roles today with our younger generation of people. There are some definite pros that I can think of in terms of if a TikToker is promoting an event and needs support from the community, it's a wonderful opportunity to spread the word. However, social media can get in the way of many social interactions with young people. Oftentimes they're just used to texting, they're not used to making a phone call, and in fact, don't even know how to pick up a phone call and to call a philanthropy to say, what do I need to do? They don't know how to ask questions. Also, it really inhibits their ability to make eye contact with people. When they are looking down into their phone and not looking up, it has created challenges. I interview a lot of young people for our philanthropy. When they come and aren't able to look me in the eye and answer questions, I think that social media has played a negative role.
So, you know what, one of the things I wanted to discuss today was what a great job you did at the last meeting.
Hello?
Okay.
It's going good.
Yeah, you did a great job at the last meeting.
So what's your guys' favorite philanthropy?
I really like New Life Beginnings. You know, they have like all the little kids. And
Hey girl! Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. How's school been going?
Oh, it is so great, let me tell you. How about you?
Good, I really like it.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you so ready to graduate?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Me too. College is, cannot wait.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Okay guys, so I'm going to call this meeting together order at like 4:30. So we'll call this meeting to order at 4:30. Do you guys agree with the next?
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, what do you guys think about partnering with the freshmen in the next meetings?
Okay, so one of the things that we wanted to talk about today was just to make sure that we're all ready for the class philanthropy, and we had discussed that we were going to do Shea Center this week, and I just want to make sure everyone's ready to go, and it's supposed to be on Thursday right after school, so around.
So we're going to have some dates that you need to know. October 1st is when our first start applications. All applications you
Who's this best place?
you so notified
Is it this one?
new members on March Right, so all chapters within NCL Inc. across the nation will be using this consistent timeline. So we are excited about that, and